A beautiful afternoon for a fist fight. We are live at the Empire Fight Camp. My name is Todd Grisham. Alongside me, English fighting legend Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
And now it's time for our tale of the tape. It's Manny Pacquiao. He's got a reach of 67 inches, and his height is 166 centimeters. It's the Pac-Man. King Ryan Garcia, one of the most famous boxers the world over, the fastest hands in the game. They call him Flash.
The height, how is that gonna, he's gonna need a step ladder to hit this fighter.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from General Santos City in the Philippines, truly one of the all-time greats, boxing's first and only 8-division champion of the world.
Usually you don't need a... These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Uppercut, the most difficult punch to land clean, and he just did it there. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Good counter punch. Fighter is a swarmer. They're like a mosquito that just won't leave you alone, except this mosquito can knock you out with one punch.
You fight a swarmer, you've got to protect everything. The body with the elbows, the head with the forearm. You've got to try and push them off balance because they will just stay in your face.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
And he scores with the counter. Can't land that jab. Looks like he's going to try and bait his opponent here. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. At this point, what do we expect to see here in round 2? So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
A perfect counter shot. I guess showboating is part of their plan. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Beautiful counter punch. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. He misses with that straight left. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao now. That's right. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next one? The bell rings and we start the third. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. That uppercut doesn't land. A straight right just misses. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
A straight right just misses. Oh, what a punch! That's another scoring shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave.
Back at it in round 4. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Stamina is off the charts. Nice defense with that jab. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
Right uppercut just off target. You'd like to see more jabs. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. There's the bell for round 5. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp, don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's gonna pop you off.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Both men step back for just a moment. Caution being thrown to the wind. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. He threw a punch despite what the judges' scorecards read. There are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. There's the bell to start round 6. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fager to pickpocket him.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Big shot, and down goes Garcia. We wondered how good his chin was, but no one's chin's standing up to that shot.
I need to see that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your ball.
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
Look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
They got to pick things up halfway through the round here.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen, now it's down to them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom, different tactics.
Those counter punches have to hurt. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw.
To make up.
And there's the bell for round 7. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how...
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Right now the Flash is seeing flashes after that shot. How did they not go down?
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Nice work to avoid the left uppercut. Well, you know with featherweights, the hands are going to be flying. A lot of punch output.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. That punch scores. Throws the uppercut but misses. That counter shot lands. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Garcia in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? Round 8, and we're off again. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Oh, and it's flashing lights for the Flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. How is this fight still continuing?
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do you do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
That counter punch caught him clean. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
I've got to see that.
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
A knockout victory. That is